A single father of three took his own life inside his car in 2019. His name was Philip Heron. One day, he decided that he could not hold his pain anymore. He went to a quiet area in the countryside in Durham and he ended his own life. He was a single father of three daughters, and he loved them, and he was working in a factory. He was 34 years old. And because he was a single father and he wanted to spend more time with them and provide them a better life, he decided quitting his job at the factory, right? But unfortunately, Philip was struggling in silence, just like many other men, and this is why I make this video. Philip did everything he could to provide for himself and his three daughters. Philip applied for universal credit, which is a UK welfare system, but this payment can take at least 5 weeks. And Philip at this point was very overwhelmed in debt. Some sources say that he had 20,000 debt in banks and so on, and other sources say 25,000, similar amount. But the point here is that he was drowning in debt. So imagine you've got 3 mouths to feed as well as your own, and you're like, I can't pay this, I can't do it. And I'm not going to get political, I'm not going to criticize the welfare system of the UK and that it takes long and that it should not take as long because people in need are desperate if they're asking for that kind of help. But putting that aside, I do not think Philip ended his own life because of how long this help took. It may have contributed, but no one knew what Philip was going through. No one, when I say no one, is no one. Not even his own mother knew how he was feeling, that he was struggling, that he was depressed. His mum knew nothing about his struggles. And she was very shocked when she found out he had ended his own life and that he was suffering in silence. And this is why I make this video, because once more, again, we see how men suffer in silence. And they think that they need to have it all figured out. And if they don't, they're failed. They're failing. They are a disgrace. Before he ended his own life, he posted a picture of himself on the internet, on his social media, saying that his children will be better without him. Do you know how that makes me feel? And I genuinely feel so bad for even putting his picture. I know he's gone, but I feel like I'm somehow disrespecting the person he was. But also, I know that I need to do this because he's not here anymore. He doesn't have a voice. He didn't feel like he could use his voice to express what he was going through. And somehow, this is why I have this channel. I want to be that voice for men that feel like they can't speak about how they feel or about the fact that they may need help and that they think that the only solution is to end it all. Instead of just showing vulnerability, showing that they need help. And even though I feel sad about putting the last picture he posted, crying, I find it necessary. Because sometimes you need to see things like this in order to have that connection, empathy, to see yourself, if you're a man, reflecting in his pain. Maybe you felt like this so many times. Maybe right now you're encountering a very difficult time within your life. And maybe right now you feel like, shit, I have no way out. I'm stuck here. And this is what I want to tell you. You need help. And it's fine asking for help. Tell someone how you feel. It doesn't matter. Your mom, your brother, your sister, your friend, a stranger. A number, in Google, if you write certain things, that you have certain thoughts, you get certain numbers that you can call for free. Call them. They are there for you. Anything, do anything, but ending your life. Because I know that sometimes it may feel like really no one gives a damn about you or your existence, but there is someone that does. Even if you have no family, your neighbor, the neighbor that says hello to you every day, that woman in the shop that attends you, they're all going to be very sad if you do something like ending your life. And in those moments, it really feels like no one cares about you. But they do. They really do. They really do. And above everything else, you need to care about yourself and think as yourself, as an external person. And if you saw them in your pain, you will help them. You will not tell them, end your life. You will hug them, and you would help them. So I know that it's difficult, but try to see yourself as that. Try to have empathy, like you're a man who's struggling. Imagine your mate who's struggling. You want him to help himself. You want to help him, so be that for you. Be that for yourself. I believe his daughters are going to get therapy. And I also saw that his youngest daughter has dreams about him. Dreams with him. And also, obviously, has nightmares. And it must be so hard for little girls as well to understand. To understand that he felt so helpless that he thought that the only solution was death. And I feel sad for them as well, because I put myself in those shoes and I think, oh my God, like, that is horrible. You know, like, it must be really hard to think your dad felt that alone. But obviously, above everything else, I feel really sorry for Philip. And I think too deeply about these things. Like, I literally struggle to sleep. I found out about Philip's existence like over 2 weeks ago. And I was just thinking what I will say on the video. And there were nights that he would come to my mind and I'll struggle to sleep because I would just put myself on his shoes and think about what he thought. And it's just too heartbreaking for anyone to endure, even having those kind of thoughts. And I just hope that somehow, somewhere, he felt like he was loved by his daughters, by his mom. But that is just never the solution. And I know that men are so cool when they seem like they have it all figured it out and they solve everyone's problems and they're the leader. But we also have to allow them to be vulnerable. We are humans. We also have to create a safe space for men. If you're a wife, if you're a girlfriend, for him to tell you, I feel like crap, I'm struggling. To burst in tears if he needs to, and not to feel like he's a coward for doing so, because he's not. You're not. You're human, and suppressing your emotions actually is not a natural thing. It's not natural. Same as you have that adrenaline and that drive to be powerful and strong and provide and protect, you also have that soft side and that feeling sad sometimes for something. And if you ignore that, that becomes a burden for you to carry, and a burden that the world doesn't help you carry because you're not a woman. And unfortunately, it's very normalized for us to speak about how we feel, but it's not for you guys. I do feel like lately it's more normalized, it's becoming more normalized for men to speak about how they feel. And that makes me very happy. That generally makes me happy because it's so important. It doesn't mean crying every day in every corner, but if you're struggling with problems, to talk about it with your mate friends even. Because it's so healthy for you as well. Because you're going to feel understood. Because he's probably going through the same crap you're going through, but he's also ashamed to talk about it. So you all feel the same. Even the guy that looks super confident, all figured it out, I tell you, he struggles loads. Because even to become to that point, he's had to endure so many things. And I just hope that this world becomes empathic. And that men can have some space to express themselves. And this video obviously is dedicated to Philip Heron, to himself, to his mum, to his family, to his daughters, and to to every single one that may be suffering out there, you're not alone. I know you don't know me. I'm a completely stranger to you. But I want this to be a safe space for men to also connect to each other, to comment, to say how they feel like it's happened in past videos, and to even become friends between yourselves, guys. That will be so special. And I just hope that we can do this, and this will be amazing. And I just hope that I stop seeing more stories like Philip, but as long as they happen, I will try to be a voice for the people who feel voiceless. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this video was good. I tried to do it with all the respect in the world. I didn't want to cry. I feel embarrassed, but I want this video to be honest, and I just think sometimes I could cut the parts when I cry out, but it will not be me. And I've hidden for so long within my life who I am, that I'm really sensitive, that I care deeply about people and things, about men. And I just don't want to hide who I am. And if I talk about these things and I get emotional, well, then so be it. I could talk about it like other people talk about it very well and very put together, and they don't cry even though they feel sad. But that's not me. That's not me. And I think that's beautiful, because we have to be ourselves. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful life. And as I say, have a drink of your choice. I'm having a latte. I thought this topic was so serious, I didn't even want to say it at the beginning, but I say it now. Thank you. Thank you so much.